How are you doing? The Labor Standards Inspection Office in Japan approved the industrial accident compensation toward the incident that a worker of Nippon Steel Corporation committed suicide in 2020. And the Labor Standards Inspection Office accepted the causal association between workers' suicide and this worker's serious depression caused by significant increase in overtime work and persistent harassment from a direct boss. So according to news media, a direct boss oftentimes yelled at this worker during work time and forced this worker huge amount of extra tasks that were totally out of this worker's profession. So, in a surviving family of this worker is preparing for action for the compensation for the damage of this case to Nippon Steel Corporation now. So, he was originally in charge of examination and inspection to execute a repair work safely in the factory, but things didn't go well there. Well, the deadline was approaching, and he received a severe reprimand, which was nearly yelling from a direct boss on a daily basis in terms of the thing that in terms of the fact that things didn't go well. So on 6th February 2020, he was found lying down on the ground around a parking lot of a company, a dormitory building. So he was thought to jump off from the balcony of his room placed in the ninth floor of this building, and he was found dead at hospital. And there was a suicide note left in his room. So this was really sad news. I can understand companies, but I can understand companies' circumstance that it requires workers good productivity and good performance because generally companies need to promote the company's growth to pursue the maximization of profit increase, So from the viewpoint of company's business performance, a company has a mission to increase productivity and performance of the workers even if it is somehow unreasonable for workers, such as overtime work and meeting the unreasonable deadline. But a company needs to sensitively, carefully deal with how to treat workers, to motivate them to bring out their good performance and a good potential sustainably in the form that they voluntarily dedicate themselves to improving their work stance to make a good results. So it is as plain as the day that reign of terror will never last long forever, and it will end up driving people in the corner as seriously as the workers decide to jump off from the highest place of the building. And there's one more thing that company needs to care about in terms of the treatment of workers, which is the difference in the size of the discretion of work between executives and normal workers. Recently, Elon Musk encouraged workers to do aggressive hard work, and he removed a calendar that tells the holidays of a company made by originally Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter. And he changed the policy from full remote work to work in an office style. And he encouraged workers to work in an office at least for 40 hours a week. So I have no objection against Elon's policy that encourages workers to do aggressive hard work to promote the company's growth. But I think he needs to prepare for some rewards for workers to make them want to work in the company voluntarily. You know what I mean? So doing hard work with extreme large discretion from the position to provide instruction to employees is significantly different from doing hard work with a limited discretion from the position to receive the order from employers. You know what I mean? So in terms of the latter one, it is really difficult for them to encourage themselves to work proactively because they have more or less the feeling that they are made to do the task. So because the size of discretion they are permitted by a company is only within the scope of the task that they are assigned by a company. So this factor will definitely put more burden on mental capacity and mental leeway. So preparing for reward for workers to show respect and show understanding to them is a must requirement that CEO of a company should fulfill when managing workers, I think. So if no rewards and no respect are given to workers, they're at a loss to find the reason to do the task in front of them, right? So if executives don't understand the feeling of those who are employed and work with a limited discretion, their human resource management will cause man-made disaster like committing suicide or something. So simply far from ending in vain.